Hello, welcome to the channel and thanks for joining me. Today we're taking a very quick look at this Grandstand Firefox game, all the way from 1983, and it's part of a consignment of games that came in recently. I've already done Munchman and Astro Wars, so there's this Firefox to do. We've got N-Tex's Stargate and Cue Ball as well. So nothing really much to do here. If you go and check out the actual delivery and unboxing and evaluation of the games, you'll see all that. I'll put a link to that in the video description. But essentially it needs a darn good clean. It's pretty grubby, pretty filthy. The screen's pretty sort of smoked up and hazy, and a couple of the controls are a little bit unresponsive, and also the battery cover is missing too. So all we're going to do today is, well, it just feels really grimy, so yeah, we're just going to get it open, give it a deep clean. We shall refresh the controls inside, give it a polish and find a battery cover for it. So let's get on with it. So first job is to remove the top cover. We can't do that till we've removed the joystick, and we can't do that until we've removed the cover cap, which gives us access to the screw. And there's the little cover cap away. Now we can remove the joystick. Remove the screws from the base. Pop the lid off. Let's just have a quick look at this first. So we've got dirt and grime in here as we would expect. Not too bad though, to be honest. No signs of any leaking capacitors or blown diodes or any issues. In fact, we know it works because we've already tested it during the original appraisal. So yeah, let's just give this a bit of a clean. And I'll just zoom out here a little bit. Basically what we want to do here is remove the control panel. And the beauty about this, by the way, is pretty much all the controls are on the reverse side, so we can clean the electrical carbon contacts here. The springs we can just pop out a little bit as well, just to refresh those. And I'll put a tiny bit of grease. We'll just clean all this up first and then just re-grease the sliders a little bit. Shouldn't have to do much more than that. So I'm just going to clean up the carbon contacts, as I say. And just manually just tweak those sliders a little bit and then clean those. Right, so for the unit proper then, same difference. Just clean up the contacts. There's not a lot of grime on these, but it doesn't do any harm. Just to go through, I can see like bits of, I don't know, just general detritus really that gathers over the years. So we'll get all that off. The thing is, it doesn't look like much, but all that gunk over time, see that bit of hair, and just, as I say, general detritus really, just kind of gets in the way. Starts to act as a bit of an abrasive, makes the controls less responsive, and starts to act as almost like sandpaper as well. Tiny little bit of grease just to re-lubricate those. I'm not going to remove the whole VFD display and all that kind of stuff. I think I've done videos on that before, but this is just a quick and dirty kind of refresh really, so that we can get this one cleaned up, tested, and back on its way to a new owner. So there's nothing major to do on this one, more of a show and tell, just to document this particular model. You can, if you want to, disassemble these screws from the inside as well, which gives you then further access just to clean the switches here, but we can get to them now that we've already removed the top plate. We can get to these just by moving them from one side to the other and cleaning in between. There we go. Nice. Good stuff. So all that remains is to put this back together again. Just give that a gentle run through there as well. Marvellous. Well, this one should be probably one of the quickest ones we've ever done. As long as I put the control panel on the right way, that is. And we can just dust off the display again, just to restore that little bit of brightness. Reinstall that, and then I think we'll move over to the top case. Before we put the rest of it all back together, we may as well give this a bit of a clean in isolation. So just give it some cleaning wipes first, and then we'll go in with some cutting compound on the screen and some vinyl and plastic protector and cleaner over the top of that. Been quite looking forward to this one. It's one of the dirtier ones of the consignment for sure. Pretty unloved. Did quite well overall actually, from what I can tell so far. Normally when you buy things for repair on eBay, they're generally in even worse condition than they were described. However, I've kind of got a bit lucky with these, because I think so far 4 out of the 5 items have actually worked. But again, as I say in pretty much all my videos, just because something works, there's working and there's working. So I do kind of make sure I go through everything, check it over, check the performance of the battery contacts, of the DC input jack, all that sort of stuff. All this proper deep cleaning in all the nooks and crannies. Well, with anything really, but even especially with boomboxes, it can take a couple of hours just to clean it, believe it or not, if you do a proper job on it. So anyway, I'm going to carry on working my way through this. You can see how grimy this is getting already, and it's going to make a heck of a difference, I've got to say. So I'm going to carry on polishing this, and then we'll reinstate the top screen, get it screwed back together, and yeah, we should be ready to give it a decent final polish, put a battery cover on it, and that'll be another one done. You can remove the screen if you need to, a couple of screws in there, but I'm leaving it in situ. To be honest, that Fresnel screen's working just fine, and I've managed to polish this up using some cutting compound. Obviously it's not buffed away yet, but you shall see it in just a moment, I'm sure. And as the rain beats down on the window, I'm just going to try this in situ first. Okay, that wasn't what I expected. Let's have a look. I'm going to turn the light off and try and show you this. Right, okay, turn it off and back on again. I was just giving it a quick run-up test. Yeah, and it's gone off. Can you see how it's gone off? And will you come back on again? Yeah. So I'm just going to give that a real quick clean a moment. And I may need to replace it yet. And I'm just going to use the connector pin for this. Obviously not plugged in at the wall. Right, okay, so let's try that one more time, see if we need to replace it at all. So there we go, that's okay now. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's stable enough. Good. I was worried there, well, not worried, because it's easy enough to replace one of these if you need to with a new old stock one, but I haven't got to do that because it just needed a bit of a clean. I noticed it was a little bit intermittent there, so it's always worth checking. Right, okay then, with that in mind, let's get this back together again. And all I'm going to do here, as I say, is reversal, so screw it all back together, and then I'll give it a deep clean and a polish. We shall find a battery cover, and I'll see you on the other side of a fade for a quick reveal. So here it is then, Firefox F-7 from Grandstand 1983. Beautiful little machine in the end. It came in as part of a consignment and it was absolutely filthy. It really was dirty, filthy, grotty. The controls were a little bit lazy on it, and the input for the DC was a little bit sketchy as well. Also, it was missing a battery cover. So nothing too clever today. We've literally just given it a decent detailing, deep clean and polish. We've cleaned the contacts for the internal controls so that they're really responsive now. Also just cleaned the input jack for the DC. We didn't have to replace that after all. It was just a little bit corroded, so we've cleaned that up. Furthermore, we've also added a battery cover as well. So there we go, it'll work from batteries or mains now. Perfect. In lovely condition. It's cleaned up really rather well, to be honest. It looked really, I wouldn't say a basket case, far from it, but yeah, it's come out even nicer than I expected. So we've done the Astro Wars, we've done the Munchman, here's the Firefox. All we've got now is the Entech Stargate and the Cue Ball game to come from that little consignment of 5 that we've got. So thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. I'll be back soon, but you guys stay safe in the meantime, and all the best for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.